Hey friends, and if you're hoping to buy a laptop between 25k to 35k and you're looking something smart, that is, you're looking for a good laptop in the price range with moderate performance, and if you think that you want to get something most out of it, then you would be most probably considering the Core i3 series laptops or something like that. But I'm going to suggest you some few more options. What are they? This is Karthik from Tech Advisor, and we are here to know about most probably some good facts about the AMD based laptops. So why AMD? First, AMD can perform some better performance, can give some better performance than Intel in terms of graphics, and that's most probably also the CPU. And I'm talking about the laptops and not computers or something like that or PCs. This is only based upon laptops. So if you consider a laptop, you are getting an Intel based laptop, you'd be getting the Intel HD graphics. If you want something more, then you should get most probably the Nvidia based graphics, high performance graphics RAM in the laptops, which would cost you more. So for that, there is an alternative. You can get an AMD based laptop. In that, you can get some better graphic performance. I assure you. Yeah. And first, we'll consider the AMD lower end base processor, which is AMD A4 3330MX. And this processor outperforms the Intel Core i3 processor in terms of overall benchmarks. And this is based on the benchmarks and not on real time performance. I didn't test this out. So, most probably, I'll feel that it can provide you much greater performance, like not much, mild performance more than that of the Core i3 processor. And also in terms of graphics, AMD's Radeons are much better than that of the Intel's HD graphics, so that you can get something more from it. And the next up is the AMD A6 processor. A6 processor are mostly based on the principle of same AMD, and they are a step ahead of that AMD A4 to be considered, frankly. So when you take those processors, they also have some better graphic performance, and they are based on AMD Radeon R4 graphics, and so therefore can get a better performance than those of Core i3, which I already compared, and you can get some better performance, believe me in this. So and then next up we have the AMD quad core A8 processor, that is A8, and in this there are two variants, of course. Both these variants are common, nothing great difference in those things, but you can get a better performance. All these processors which I am stating are just compared with Core i3 in terms of overall performance, but in terms of graphics you can compare with Core i5, that is the AMD HD graphics which comes with Core i5. If you compare those things, you can get some better performance, believe me. But in CPU, you cannot get something better. Like for example, in the processor, you cannot get something better than that of the Core i5. So the AMD quad core A8 processor has AMD Radeon R5 graphics. R5 graphics are still much better than those of R4s. And then the next and the final step towards this is the AMD quad core A10 processor, and the laptops are very limited in this price range in India, and this also costs around 33 to 35,000, I think so. So you can get a much better performance than the Core i3 processor in terms of processor, and in graphics you can get much better performance than the Core i5 processor, i5 not i3, so that you can judge the quality of those processors. So before buying a Core i3 based laptop, just decide. And also these laptops also with the AMD A4 3330MX processor costs you around 18,000, whereas a Core i3 processor with overall build and Windows costs you around 28,000 to 29,000. That's huge difference. And then next up we can get the AMD A6 for 20,000, A8 for 25,499, with also this is the base laptop which I saw in online retailers in India, Flipkart, Amazon, so that you can get a 1 TB hard drive also with this one. And then finally the AMD quad core A10 processor based laptops are just higher. I already said that they cost around 33 to 35,000. so that you can choose between these two, but that amount is greater. That is, you can get much price to performance ratio in those processors rather than going straight forward to Core i3. But if you don't believe in AMD and you trust only on Intel, you can go on with this process. They are also nice, but I'm not stating that they are bad or something like that. They are good processors in their own way. But in the other way, AMD can outperform these processors in terms of benchmarks, not processors. Intel's Core i3 only can be defeated with these processors. So that's all from here. If you have any questions or queries, please let them in the comments and like, dislike, share this video with your friends and relatives, and also stay subscribed to my channel as more and more videos are coming soon. And thank you, friends. This is here Karthik from Review My App. Not Review My App. Now Review My App has changed to Tech Advisor. So this is Karthik from Tech Advisor. Thank you.